Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, November 10th, 2020 at 10 a.m. We're here to conduct the regular session of the Hunt County Commissioners Court. This meeting will be conducted by telephone or video conference in order to advance the public health goal of social distancing to slow the spread of the coronavirus COVID-19. Due to the COVID-19 crisis, the governor's order regarding social distancing and special rules issued by the state regarding open meetings, there will be no public access to the location described above, which is 2700 Johnson Street. We are streaming this live on huntcounty.net, and you can click on the banner there and go to our live stream. At some point in the meeting, we'll be conducting public testimony. We normally do it right at the first of the meeting, but we'll postpone it till later in the meeting, get everybody a chance to go to the web page, and there's a questions or comments section on our web page, and you can email us a question, comment, or give us your phone number, and at the appropriate time we will call you and let you address the court via telephone. At this time, I'm going to call the meeting to order, and if everybody would stand, we'll have the prayer led by Commissioner Martin, followed by the Pledge of Allegiances.
Shall we bow? Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the gift of life. We ask you to give us patience, understanding, and wisdom as we carry out these duties. We thank you and we pray for this great country that we live in. We pray for this community. In Christ's name we ask these things. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, everyone. We have Commissioner Evans, Strait, Martin, and Harrison present. I'm Judge Stovall. I'll be presiding over the meeting today. Commissioners, you have the minutes from October 27th, regular session. I'll entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Again, if you're looking at our agenda, it's normally a time we do the public testimony. Please go to our webpage and click on the comment section and send us an email giving us your phone number so we can call you later in the meeting, or give us an email that that will be read to us during the meeting. We'll move on to old business. Number one, amending the plat for Silent Oaks, a replat of lots 1 and 2 of Whispering Oaks Phase 2, Precinct 2. Commissioners, we tabled this last time, thinking we were going to do it a different way, but they're not wanting to do it by certificate of correction of error, so we need to go ahead and approve this plat. So I'd entertain a motion for the approval of the plat with the required corrections to the plat.
I'll make a motion, we approve the plat with the corrections.
Second.
Got a motion second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Commissioners, you have the consent calendar in front of you. Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. Any discussion of any of the items? Not. All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 1, a resolution extending and or modifying the April 28, 2020 COVID-19 related resolution and social distancing guidelines to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Daniel Ray.
Hi, you have the resolutions, first couple of pages of the pack that I handed out a few minutes ago. The only changes to this are the new dates. It starts today and ends 2 weeks from now on November 24th. Otherwise, it's exactly the same as the previous 2 versions.
Okay. Any questions? Entertain a motion for approval of action item number 1.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 2, the recommendation for adoption of amendments to tranche number 1 to facilitate cash flow management through March 21st, 2021. The Transportation Steering Committee met 2 weeks ago, I believe it was, and approved this recommendation to the court. Dee's here if you have any questions. What this part of it is we're just moving some cash flow around to keep our money flowing until we get our new tranche issued and we have new money so that we can get all our bills paid through the current $6 million budget of bond issue that's already been sold, and then we'll be talking about a new one. Anybody got any questions? Entertain a motion for approval of action item number 2.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. The recommendation for number 3 there, recommendation for adoption of budgets for projected Hunt County project expenditures for 2021, or first quarter 2021 and fourth quarter 23 funded by tranche number 2 bond funding. Commissioners, you have the projected budget for the stated year and time frame. Got any questions and that we can answer, Dee can answer?
Judge, I do not have a question, but I would like to give thanks for the steering committee, Dee Hilton, David. I appreciate the job that you do for your community.
Entertain a motion for approval, action item number 3.
So moved.
Second.
Got a second?
Yes.
Okay. All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 4, the recommendation for authorization for Hilltop Securities to organize issuance of tranche number 2 in the amount of $6 million. Nick, are you ready to give us a presentation on this portion of it?
Judge Stovall, members of the court. My name is Nick Goulash from Hilltop Securities. And just a minute ago, we passed out this little booklet that I was going to run through fairly quickly, give an overview of what the county has done thus far and where we're likely headed, and answer any questions that you may have. Kind of flipping through this, if you look at, turn to page 2, it's the title of that slide says 2016 bond authorization. The county approved $24.4 million in November of 2016. In June of 2017, $6 million was issued. That leaves $18.42 million left of the 2016 bond authorization. The original plan of finance for the bond authorization assumed that a max debt service tax rate, our INS tax rate of the county, would be a little over 3 pennies. But as I'll show you, due to the growth of the county far surpassing our projections and interest rates being lower than our projections, I don't think we're going to be anywhere near that tax rate that we had modeled originally. Just for an example, turning to the next page, these are the tax base growth projections versus actual. And if you look at that highlighted row there, 2021, you see in our original bond program projections, we assumed 5% growth, which is still a good growth in assessed valuation annually. But if you look on the right-hand side, the actual tax base of the county is about $1.5 billion more than what was projected. So the economic activity within the county is far exceeding what was projected, and that helps lower the required tax rate needed to service the debt. Turning to the next page, a little bit deeper of a dive, and there's a lot of numbers on this page, but I'm just going to point out the high points. If you look at the top, I have each of the columns numbered 1 through 10. Columns 2 and 3, those are the taxable assessed valuation numbers that we just talked about on the previous slide. You see in green font there, those are the same projections that we assumed previously, probably a little bit conservative, seeing where the county's been, but we'd rather be conservative than too aggressive. Columns 4 and 5. Columns 4 is the county's existing debt service. That includes the previous $6 million of the bond authorization that was already issued. Column 5 is the calculated debt service tax rate for the county's existing debt service. Columns 6, 7, and 8 are projections of the $18.4 million that is left remaining of that bond authorization. And what is before you today is really on column 6, proceeding with the $6 million tranche. We don't know where interest rates are going to be, and we still have quite some time before we'd issue. So we're assuming current rates plus 0.75% just for conservatism and modeling purposes. We assumed another $6 million sale 2 years from now at current rates plus 1.75, and then finally 2 years from that in 2025, the balance $6.4 million of the bond authorization at current rates plus 3%. Seems very conservative, but again, we'd rather miss it the good way than the bad way. And so if you look on the far right-hand side, column 10, that is the calculated tax rate with all of these bond issues included, not just the one we're discussing today. And you can see that the maximum is around 2 pennies in 2026, a good penny less than what was previously assumed when the bond authorization was being considered. Turning to the next slide, what I tried to do is a graphical representation, because the big variable here is how the county grows. So the red line going across, that is that 3.3 pennies of what was previously assumed. And so the various colors represent different taxable growth assumptions. The blue one assumes the county just stops growing altogether, which is highly unlikely, but just to show you a very conservative look of what the tax rate would do if the taxable assessed valuation of the county just stopped. The green line assumes 3% growth annually. The gray line assumes 7% growth annually, just so you can have a flavor of the differences of different impacts that growth has on the debt service tax rate projections. And then finally, the last slide, this is the timetable and the next steps. So there's a lot of steps here that are mainly undertaken by us, Hilltop Securities, and the county's bond counsel. But namely, what would happen is we would come back to the court on February 23rd, and at that time we would have competitive bids in hand to present to the court on interest rates, people bidding on your interest rates and offers to purchase your bonds at specified rates. And at that time, you would consider the bond authorization, and then delivery of the money would occur about 30 days later, because the Texas Attorney General has to approve the transaction. So this would be a February 23rd Commissioners Court consideration, and if the court wants to move forward, it would be March 24th funding. And with that, I'm happy to answer any questions. That was a lot of information in a very condensed format, but please let me know if there's anything else I can address.
On slide 4, where you have your calculated INS tax rate, is that strictly for this $6 million, or is that our total debt service rate?
On column 10, that assumes the remainder of the $18 million, the $6 million plus the 2
It
tranches.
assumes all of it future debt. It's
Yes,
already
sir.
in there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, plus the past $6
Yes,
million.
sir, plus
Okay.
the past.
That's why I want to make sure everybody's clear on that. That's what I thought, but I
Yes,
want to
sir.
make sure that those rates are with everything that we've already got issued, plus this new, plus the future, if and when we do those.
Yes, sir, that's exactly right.
Yes. We're certainly planning on doing the rest of it. Just, if we're worried about TxDOT a little bit, I think, aren't we, Dee? Whether we're going to get all the funding necessary that we're going to need. They're telling us we're going to get it with the state of the economy.
Yeah. I think
The issue that anybody who has money committed from the state needs to watch the legislative session and see how that goes, because the state's going to have some shortfalls, about $5 billion, I think, that's projected right now. And so I know in some meetings that Judge Stovall and I attended with our legislators, that was one of the things that we stressed, is that, you know, we've got about $200 million of state and federal money that's committed to Hunt County projects based on the work that we're doing. And our real goal right now is to make sure they stick to those commitments and stick to them on a timely basis. So that's the thing we need to watch. And you know, if they don't, if they start letting some of them slip, like I-30 and 24 and 11 in Commerce and 1903 and 1570, if they let some of those begin to slip, then we'll move back the engineering work that Freese and Nichols is doing, and probably that'll delay the next issuance of the bonds, or at least that'll be the recommendation of the
Right.
steering committee. We won't be deciding that; you'll be deciding that. But
There was a discussion about going ahead and issuing, wasn't it 8 million now, or a larger number?
we looked at that, but if you look at that budget that you just approved, that second item you approved, that takes us out through 2023. That also makes the assumption that the state follows through on its existing commitments, and so we'll spend all of that $6 million by the end of 2023. On the projects that are already on the drawing board. Now, should some other things arise, you know, that might be moved up. Currently, one of our projects in the bond issue was State Highway 34, and the state TxDOT decided to take that on themselves, and they've done the study. It's ready to be released, and they have plans to do that, but we don't know how quickly they'll move forward with that. And that'll be a decision that, you know, the steering committee will look at, and make a recommendation probably to Judge Stovall and he to you about whether to wait on the state or move that forward. So there are several things like that that we need to continue to watch. Be glad to answer any questions if you have.
Thank you, Dee. Thank you for all the work y'all, the steering committee, and especially you do. We
Well,
really
it's
appreciate it.
it's a pleasure. I mean, it's so important to our county.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you.
Can I just say one thing while I'm up here?
Sure.
The next item you're going to talk about is the thoroughfare plan, and part of that is to have that be paid for by the bonds. And I did check with our bond counsel, the county's bond counsel, to make sure that the proposition that was passed by the voters in 2016 would permit that, and he said that that is the case, and that's Rob Collins. And so rather than me getting him up here again, I thought I'd go ahead and tell you that. So.
Thank you, Dee. All right, Commissioners, recommendation of the steering committee, and my recommendation is that we issue the $6 million. We did talk about doing a larger sum, but with the state of the economy, we elected that we do this, the $6 million this time. So I entertain a motion for approval of action item number 4.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Nick, thank you for coming over. Appreciate it. The action item 5, the recommendation for approval of the Hunt County Thoroughfare Plan project and payment from Hunt County Transportation Board funding in an amount of $145,000. We've talked about this earlier. This study is going to be for our existing county roads. The last transportation study that was done in 15, 16, whenever that was finalized, was it 13? Okay, and 13 was all the state roads, our own system roads, and they did not look at the county roads. And so we need to look, particularly in our high growth areas, to make sure we got our current right-of-ways are wide enough, or the right-of-ways we need to get, we can start getting in our plats. And now this will dovetail in with our subdivision ordinances that calls for right-of-way widths based on our thoroughfare plan. And I think it's an absolute necessity for the Commissioners Court and the Commissioners, particularly when you're planning improvements on your roads, that you know what that plan is and what roads are important to be worked on at certain times, so. I'd entertain a motion for the approval of action item number 5.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Thank everybody involved. Stan, did you want to say anything, or you good? Appreciate you coming over. Yeah, okay. I guess you'll get us a calendar and we'll get busy before too long. All right. Action item number 6, a presentation and proposal from Asvant, is that how you say that? For the upgrade of audio and video for the Commissioners Court, an amount of $45,410.79. David's online with us, and Brandon, you or Steve, either one got a comment before we get started on this?
No,
We-
I working with Brandon and talking to David and everybody about it. You know, going back and looking at our YouTube channel that Gabe's been doing for us. You know, it's got a lot more views than I anticipated on it. And I went through the last couple of days just to take a look at it, and we're somewhere around 100 to 150, even 280 on a couple of meetings. So obviously the public likes to watch this or is interested in it at their leisure. So I just wanted to make that comment that obviously the public is paying attention to these meetings.
Well, we know that coming up, when we reach, I think it's 125,000 population, we're required to have our meetings broadcast, and we've been doing it now for, 6 months or more, and Gabe's done a great job with, what we've been doing. Gabe, Friendly News has done an awesome job for us. But, looking forward, we thought we'd bring this forward just at least to discuss and see if this is something we want to make a permanent occurrence. I've had some really good positive feedback that the public likes to dial in or tune in on the YouTube and watch what's going on, even if they watch it later. Not live, they watch it later to keep up with kind of what's been said. So, with that, I'm going to let David take over and give us a walkthrough of it.
Well, good morning, Judge and Commissioners. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Thank you for having me here. Sorry I wasn't able to be there in person today. The proposal that we've worked through with Commissioner Harrison, County Judge, and Brandon with IT goes back and matches similar to how the current courtrooms that we've done for you guys match. As far as functionality. So instead of having to roll a cart into here for me to be able to talk to people and be able to have people that need to be able to give a presentation from different locations, you guys would have a monitor up on your location that would see the content along with a projector that's over on the wall. And all this technology would be static mounted, all the cables would be run in the wall. So it would also remove the current equipment that's sitting under Jennifer's desk there, kind of give her a little bit of leg room without all the knobs. So everything becomes digital, and it also becomes everything preset. So if you adjust microphone volumes or levels, whenever you turn the system off and back on, everything goes back to an automatic preset. Part of the ability will give it to have a one-touch button to start the live stream. So whenever Jennifer or the county judge is ready for it to go live, there will be a button that they can push on the touch panel that would activate the live stream and the cameras along with any content that goes over. So your microphones, the content, anybody plugging in, anybody that you guys want to do as far as Zoom or Teams or any other type of content would be able to come in and interact with your meeting.
Okay, got any questions?
And David, this does include a monitor basically for each or set of commissioners, I guess, and then the county judge and everybody else.
Yes, sir.
We'll
So
have
there is
monitor, so
a-
we're not having to look around a corner to look at the projector screen, I guess.
Yes, sir. So there will be a small monitor in between each commissioner. And then there'll be one for Jennifer and for the judge that are sitting up on the dais up there with you guys. And that will display the content that's being shown. So
We need to get one for our
say
auditor
during
too.
the security part, or when you guys are talking about audit stuff and the computer display is being sent, you'll be able to see all that information right there, close up on a monitor for you guys.
That'll be important, for all of us, and Bruce, we'll get you one too. Okay. I know that when we project it on the wall and anywhere we put a screen, as long as we got this plexiglass up, we can't see. It's hard to identify and see through this, so it'll be important that we have something up here that we can see. I've been
sir.
having to stand up on a box to see over.
Tell me this, if I may, will that be able to get into one of our computers if somebody's showing a slideshow also to?
I couldn't quite hear you.
What he's asking is,
Commissioner
somebody's
Martin.
coming in with a presentation and it's got a laptop, will they be able to hook in and we'll be able to see it on our monitors as well as on the screens and all?
Yes, sir. You'll be able to see it on each of the monitors there, along with up on the projector, and it will be able to pipe into the live stream session.
Okay?
At this, we'll address it later on in reference to funding.
Okay.
Brandon, you have anything to add?
Not that I can think of, just that, we'll definitely be here to support it, so you guys get used to using it, as well as AFSAT will be here, reporting, supporting as well. I know it's probably gonna be something you have to get used to. So, I mean, do you guys have any questions about functionality and how it will work while you're actually using it? And if something does go wrong?
Let me say this, we have this in all the other court systems, at the JP and all that too.
Yes, sir, every courtroom
Yeah.
has this.
I'd like to point that out.
Yeah, we all got it.
Yes. All the judges
what's
are
it-
capable of using it.
What's the estimated time frame if we do this?
That's kind of up to you guys. I need about 2 weeks to be able to get all the equipment in,
Okay.
from the time that you guys say approved. At that point in time, it will take us, about 4 to 5 days to complete all the work inside the room.
Okay. As far as funding goes, Philip brought up, we'll apply for this for the CARES funds.
Okay.
It would be the intent, as we did the rest of the courtrooms, since we don't have public meetings, if it wasn't for COVID, we wouldn't have to be doing this, so.
Yeah, that'll just need to go on the, plan that's due this Friday.
Okay. All right. Any other comments, discussion? All right, thank you, David.
Thank you.
I entertain a motion for approval, action item number 6.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 7. Gracious. A correction to the minutes from Commissioners Court, October 27th, 2020, item number 16,446, number 5 on the consent agenda, from a lease purchase finance proposal from Bancorp South Equipment Finance to lease 2 2021 Mack Pinnacle dump trucks, and to approve the county judge to sign final leasing documents upon equipment delivery. Equipment will be furnished by Volvo and Mack Trucks of Waco, with pricing of $139,900 each per Byboard Purchasing Cooperative Contract number 6219. This lease purchase proposal is contingent upon the equipment delivery date. The payment amounts are approximate payment amounts. The actual payments will be determined at funding and/or on equipment delivery date. Equipment will be used for precincts road crew, with funding from line item 10-61-1234-2140. A lease purchase, is there 2 steps to this, Amanda? Is that,
Yes, and you read what happened.
that's what happened last time?
That's what happened.
All right, so now we're gonna go to the new one.
Correct.
a lease to purchase finance proposal from Bancorp South Equipment Finance to lease one 2021 Mack Pinnacle dump truck and one 2021 Mack Granite dump truck, and to approve the county judge to sign final leasing documents upon equipment delivery. Equipment will be furnished by Volvo and Mack Trucks of Waco with a pricing of $139,900 and $149,900 respectively, per Buy Board Purchasing Cooperative Contract number 620-19. This lease purchase proposal is contingent upon the equipment delivery date. The payment amounts are approximate payment amounts. The actual payments will be determined at funding and or on equipment delivery date. Equipment will be used for precinct's road crew with funding line item 10-61-1234-2140.
10,670.
What?
You said 10-61.
Oh, I'm sorry, 10-671. I was looking at it. Sorry about that. 10-671-1234-2140. All the lease terms are the same as on the last time. I entertain a motion for approval, action item number 7.
So move.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 8, the declaration of official intent to reimburse regarding the following future expenditures to be financed. Road and Bridge Precinct 3 equipment, $338,000. And entertain a motion for approval of action item number 8.
So move.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We're going to skip 9 for now. We're going to skip 10. Action item number 11. Authorizing the county judge to request a 50% participation match from the Texas Department of Transportation for the abridged application to the Texas Flood Infrastructure Fund to develop a countywide drainage study. Let me get some. My mouth's sticking together. When the state came to me, TxDOT came to me about a year ago, prior to COVID, and in discussions with some drainage issues they were having on some state highways, and asked if we would participate, if the county would participate maybe in some area-wide flood studies. And then the legislature passed this program with a bunch of funding to do county-wide flood studies, and which we're participating in. We've already applied to get a grant in that. I had a call with Freeze and Nichols last week, or at the end of the week before, and TxDOT, and at that time I brought that back up to TxDOT if they wanted to participate with us. They'd come to us to participate, and I asked them if they'd be willing to, and the answer was, we will certainly look at it, but we need a formal request from them. So I'm requesting that we write, y'all give me the authority to write a letter requesting that they fund 50% of our contribution to the grant, which I think our contribution's around $63,000 or something, if memory serves me right. So we'd be asking them to fund about $31,500 of it. So I think we ought to ask them for it. They indicated that they would pay some of it. They didn't know how much, but that's the request I want to make. So I'd like to have permission from the court to do that. So I'd entertain a motion to approve action item number 11.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 12, the annual auditor's examination letter to the Texas Commission on Jail Standards per Local Government Code Chapter 351.0415D. Any questions? Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 13, the request to construct electrical power distribution facilities across County Road 2512 in Precinct 2.
Make a motion, we approve the electrical power distribution through Farmers Electric with the usual stipulations.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 14, the request to construct electrical power distribution facilities across County Road 2592 and Precinct 2.
Make a motion, we approve the request for electrical power through Farmers Electric under your usual stipulations.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 15, the final plat for Terrell Trace in Precinct 3. Did we find out, Brian, they gonna fix the problem or how they gonna fix it?
They're gonna get another signature block for the additional owner on there.
Okay, so the intent is he's gonna get that track, I guess. On the plat that y'all have on this, in the southwest corner, this is a family situation going on. They had previously sold 2 acres out to one of their sons, and I just happened to know him. It's down the road from me. I happened to know him. I knew that he had done that, but they didn't show it that way. So we told them they either had to get his signature to join in on the plat since he's a part owner of the land, or they had to cut his piece out. And so they're going to add his name to it, and he'll be signing the plat to make sure that we got all the land covered by the current owners. So with that correction to the plat, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Discussion.
They'll bring Mylars over whenever they get those changes addressed.
Okay.
You did advise them in reference to the road on the back or on the side dedication, correct?
I've spoken about that also.
Thank you. I make a motion that we accept this final plat in
Second.
reference to Terrell Trace.
With the corrections being
With
made?
the corrections, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of accounts payable.
I make a motion, we pay the bills.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of line item transfers.
Make a motion to approve the line item budget transfers.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of budget amendments.
Make a motion to approve the budget amendments.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of payroll and personnel.
I make a motion, we approve payroll and personnel.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. At this time, I'm gonna call for, any public comments. Daniel, have we had any public comments?
We can open that back up or reload it.
While he's doing that, I want to make the court aware of that this is Alzheimer's Awareness Month of November, that they had an opening ceremony, I believe, last Friday at the courthouse steps. Julie Horn and Friendly and Melba Hill, I guess the organizers of that, and they have some things planned for this month, and just wants everybody to be aware that this is Alzheimer's Awareness Month.
And Judge, I'd like to say this, we had a good turnout. There were a lot of people from across the community that came to the location.
Well, it's something they work hard at. I know that's, I think all of those, I know Friendly has, and Julie, of course, had some Alzheimer's issues in their family and had firsthand experience, and they're focusing, I know from talking to Julie a lot, that she saw the need for the caregivers and the impact that the Alzheimer's has on caregivers, and they're focusing on helping the caregivers. So it's a good work project. So we're proud of them for doing it.
Also, I
Dan?
want to make a comment real
Okay.
quick. An early Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there for tomorrow. If you get a chance, Commerce Rotary Club has put together a program called Ways of Glory. They've got about 180 flags set up, and it represents all the veterans, current and past, from Hunt County. It's also got it set up for first responders in the county as well. It'll be going through, I think, this Friday. So if you get a chance, go by there and see that. I know Hunt County has a parade tomorrow. I don't.
It's a drive-through parade. We partner with the high school. A lot of actually all the schools from GISD come out, and we're gonna do a drive-through parade starting at the entrance of Aunt Char's and going out that back road that goes in between the park and the college. And that starts at 10 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. That's awesome. No comments? Well, if not, I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. We're going to executive session at 10:40. Okay, it's 11:49. We're back in regular session. We'll go back and to action item number 9 was canvassing of the November 3rd, 2020 election and approved documents related to the forestry and corporation election. Are we tabling that also, Daniel?
Yes.
We're tabling. We're going to table action item number 9 and action item number 10. The possibility of buying land on the new location of the county maintenance yard for precinct 2. We're gonna strike that one. And which one was the canvassing?
Number 9.
That was 9? Oh, and what I said is approved documents. Okay, so that's everything.
Is there anything coming in on the computer court?
There's no comments.
Okay, well, I'll back up on number 9, and I was thinking that was just the forestry one. We're postponing it till next Tuesday. We'll have another court date sometime on Tuesday. We had to get our agenda out last week, and the vote totals aren't complete as of today, so we will do it next Tuesday, and we'll canvass all the elections at that time. Any other things before the court today? Not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move. Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned at 11:50.